Howdy folks, Mikey McKernan here, aka Boo-Ha Man, aka Is Not Funny. Today is Monday, October 25th. Halloween is right around the corner. I am back in LA, first night back. Got to sleep in my own bed. I'm on day 5 of 7 days in a row of doing gigs and making vids. Gigs and vids. Feels so good to sleep in my bed last night. Feels so good to bathe in my shower. Feeling good. It's raining right now. Raindrops keep falling on my head. I love rainy days on LA. It's the best reading weather. And I'm dying because I want to go read right now. But I get to edit. First video is going to be out by the time you watch this. A few others should be out as well. Do appreciate you guys watching those. Tonight, I have a gig at Universal Bar and Grill in North Hollywood in NoHo. This place is very special, very dear to my heart. I don't like to perform there anymore. I used to run a bar show there for 7 years every single Tuesday called Turbo Tuesdays. I'll talk about it more once we get there because I really want to reflect on it over the day and then get there and talk about it. That was my jam. I used to produce a show, book it. Used to start off doing it with my buddy Robert Turo. We'll talk about it later because there's so many people to shout out. It's gonna be good. Can't wait. Love Ryan Talmo who does this show. Valley Jesus, huge guy in the Valley comedy world.
Am I interrupting?
It's my roommate right there being weird. He's distracting me because I'm talking to myself.
No, I don't want to be in the video. I wanted to get shelter to smoke. Hey, how you doing? I'm supposed to say something. What do you want me to say? Hi, guys, in YouTube. Good to meet you. I'm not here very often.
Anyways, his name is Daniel Vargas. He's a comedian as well.
Waka waka.
Do you have any clips online that we can see?
No.
I know, I tell you to put clips on you. He wanted shelter to smoke, but now, because I'm doing a video,
Stop yelling.
he's out there. Told me to stop yelling. I'm not yelling. See how entertaining we are? This is gonna get so many clicks. Just advice to everybody, when you go out in the desert, do not scratch your bug bites. Yeah, don't do it. I am at Universal Bar and Grill. That's what we're doing. It's called Comedy Man. I'll tell you how much history, how much of my stand-up comedy history comes from here. This place. My name is Mikey McKernan and welcome to the show. How many times I sat out here, happy, sad, celebrating, smoking, drinking. This bar, these walls, so many stories. Turbo Tuesdays. I did that for 7 years in a row. 7 years in a row, weekly bar show. I mean, I took Tuesdays off. There was holidays. I have so much history with this venue, with this bar. From doing my own show, my own terrific, shitty bar show. That's what I called it. Well, it was called Turbo Tuesdays. Told myself I would never come here again. Only because you spend so much time and dedication. The story of Turbo Tuesdays. It all started with working at a restaurant. The old, I don't even want to say, but if you know me, you know what restaurant it was. And what's so fun about working at a restaurant in Los Angeles is that majority of people who work there, they're performers. Some aspect. They're either writer, that's not a performer, that performs on stage. A lot of them are like singers, there's dancers, a couple comics, a lot of musicians. And I had one guy that worked there. His name was Michael A. Shout out to Michael A. He was a musician. He always liked playing live music. He had an idea where he would ask any girls who worked, any waitresses who can sing. He would ask them, what songs can you sing karaoke? And he would learn those songs. And then he'd say, hey, once a month, I got a time slot at this bar. Get a bunch of you girls, come up and sing, and if anybody else wants to perform, we'll put on a night. We started doing that. Michael A. would go to so many different places and perform a lot, and he had a great relationship with this bartender named Kellyanne. Shout out Kellyanne. If you say Kellyanne to a certain group of comics, they'll light up. She was the best bartender ever. Tiniest little thing, blonde. Hey, sucker! She would always give out candy. Every time you ordered a drink, she'd give you a candy. You want a shot, sucker? She was the best. She supported us. That's the most important thing ever. If you run your own independent bar show, you have to get the bartender to like you. It's so crucial that the bartender likes you, because comedy nights, they're gonna be rough. They're gonna suck, especially if the bar has their own regulars. If the bartender has like people who come there all the time that she likes and they enjoy the jukebox, and then one night it's comedy, it could suck for a lot of bartenders, because comedy can sometimes ruin a night. And then he started working with another guy named Curly. Shout out to Curly. It's just such a fun idea because we're all performers. We all don't want to work at a restaurant. This is not what we want to do for our job. We want to be performers. It turned into like a work hang. And it was fun because then it was like, oh, we all go wait tables and do that for hours, and then we all go and get to go and perform at a bar and drink and be merry and have a blast. And it was so much fun. And he started incorporating all sorts of acts. And then we started doing stand-up. Yeah, of course, we want to perform with all of our coworkers. This sounds like a great idea. Once a month when it was the variety act show, you know, the comics, he would ask us to get some other comics on there and stuff, but some people would, you know, they would have a tough time in the room. They'd have to put comedy in between the music acts, and sometimes there'd be full bands. Comedy music always sounds like a great idea, but the problem is a band will go up and literally blow the roof off the place. Absolutely crush. Everybody loves it, and so when they take a break, everybody starts talking immediately and gabbing. Okay, here, give it up for your comedian. The comedian's got to go up there. There's been so many times where Turo told me this story to relay. One of his first times he was doing the show, he watched a comic go up after a band, watched them scream to try to get the audience to pay attention to him because it was terrible. And then Curly looked to him and said, all right, you're next. And he went up there, and what he did was he sang a song that everybody knows. Hey, oh, let's go. Hey, oh, let's go. And of course, he did that until everybody started chatting along. And that's such a good little tool to learn, is that whenever you go to a rowdy environment and you're trying to do comedy and they don't want comedy, you know what you give them? Karaoke. But luckily, Kellyanne really liked us, and she really liked our group of people that kept coming in, and we would like pack the place out some of these nights. So she allowed us to do a comedy on Tuesdays. And that is the birth of Turbo Tuesdays. Started running the show with my friend Robert Turo. Shout out Turo. Because stand-up is such an isolated medium. You have to do it by yourself, but you don't want to do it by yourself. And the best thing you can do is find a pal that you get along with. Obviously, it gets your sense of humor, and you both like each other. And then you go roll around together, do open mics, and have a blast. You can't run a stand-up comedy show by yourself. You gotta do it with another person. It is so important. You want someone who's really, really nice and sweet, and then you want someone who's a little just tough, just so no one takes advantage of you, because, you know, comics never do that. We worked at a restaurant together. I was working at 2 restaurants. Turo was working at 2 restaurants. So we knew so many people. We gotta book this show. How are we gonna get people onto this show? Each week, we would choose one of our restaurants. Maybe there's one, luckily 2 comics that work there, but there's definitely like 3 people. You know, those guys are like, hey, everybody loves me. I'm freaking hilarious. You know, I'm an actor. Oh, it's not about doing comedy. Plenty of those at restaurants. We would try to get those guys to come and be on the show. So we get that whole restaurant out. And then the next week, we do another restaurant. And the next week, it was a lot of fun. We really had a blast. Tuesday nights was like a slow night for certain bars. We needed a place to work out, and it wasn't an open mic, but there was times where I would book at least like 10 to 13 comics, and if there's any time at the end, comics can get up, like whoever was sticking around, because there's a whole thing that you should be supporting comedy shows. If you do, you can get rewarded by getting a spot on that show, or if there's lates or dropouts. And it wasn't so much for making money. It was a show for comics. We had some really good comics come through. The biggest name that ever dropped through was Hannibal Buress. Shout out to Hannibal Buress. Dean Del Rey. We had Laurie Kilmartin, Jay London. We've had so many names I'm forgetting. I apologize if, you know, you're a big comedian and you're watching this and you weren't name dropped in our tiny little bar show. Did it for 7 years. I started running the show when I was about 2 years in. That's a good time to do it. 2 years in, I want to get myself out there more. I want to meet more comics. I want to have my own show, your own home court. It's really important for comics to have a home court, but it's dangerous at the same time. It's like a yin yang. Having a home court, you get to be familiar, you can let go and be yourself. But at the same time, complacency. You can get comfortable. You can get, you know, everybody's laughing at all the same stuff. I call it the sandbox because you can build anything there. Also, bury your shit. And as comics, our whole point is that we want to go out and travel to different rooms and connect with multiple groups of people. Unfortunately, Turo moved back to Houston, Texas. And that was heartbreaking because I didn't have my partner anymore. I understand he had to do it. It was a very important decision. I'm proud of him for doing it. He was irreplaceable. I couldn't, you know, a couple people came out and was like, hey, let me help you run the show. And I'm like, I think I got it, you know, but you need two people. And then I don't know how long it lasted after that. And then I ended it. And people are like, oh, hey, like, let's, you know, like, I'll help you. I'll take over it. I'm like, no, the show needs to die. 7 years is too long to run a bar show. My first video I talked about, oh, you've been doing comedy for 13 years and we've never heard of you. I would love to use this place, this bar, my show, Turbo Tuesdays, as the excuse why. And the reason why I say that is because I got comfortable. It happens. You're a booker of a show. Comics, at a point, the show was really good and people hit you up to be on it. So you're thinking like, man, I'm doing comedy. If you want to see me, come to my show. And then I had a girlfriend at the time. I was very comfortable. There was times where I was only doing comedy 4 times a month and it was only my show. Thinking that it was, oh, I'm doing really good, but nope, not at all. Very delusional. When I stopped doing it, it was a huge relief. I was very, very happy. But we had so many fun times. As you can tell, I'm also in the alley by the bar. I'm not in front of the bar talking. Also, I gotta worry about my set, all right? But I've been going to this bar for so many years doing comedy. I'm not too worried about my set. There's a lot of friends in there. And so I'm not worried. I got a couple new things that I still need some stretching. I'll probably get about 7 minutes. I'm not too worried about the set. Definitely gonna record the set. You guys will see that. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to reflect a little bit and let's have some giggles. I mean, there's a lot of things I miss about this bar, mostly Kellyanne, having a place to perform regularly. Don't miss a lot of the regulars, a lot of the drunks that hated us. You know, we'd show up, because you're young and naive, you'd show up, yeah, we're turning off the jukebox and now we're doing our comedy show. I don't miss them. They don't miss us. Every Tuesday from 10 till 2 in the morning. Sometimes we get up about 20 to 25 comics a night. I wrote so many jokes crushed, died. Met a lot of people here, some really good relationships. A lot of bar flies. It's dangerous. Now, as an adult, I don't really like to go out to bars, but I go to bars all the time. Comedy and bars nightly. I enjoy that I am a social person and I do go out. No, I'm not a big drinker. I would rather hang out at a coffee shop. I am a coffee shop bum. I always wanted to say that I was a coffee shop comedian, but no, I was raised here, at this place. This bar. UBG. Universal Bar and Grill. We even had Turbo Tuesdays up there in the marquee. It's funny because we're so close to Universal, you can probably see it. I had a friend when he come here, because I always pass out stickers, always climbed up on this billboard and put a sticker up. Right now it's Halloween Kills. The best one was they were re-releasing Jurassic Park, and he had Jurassic Park up there, and it had the Jeep, and he went up there and put the sticker on the bumper of the Jeep. That was the best one.
My grandma told me.
But do you know where he's buried? Do you know what it says on the tombstone?
Bigger and grander, gayer, but like, you know, just the right amount. Then street magic came. Like, little Monte. Which was amazing. But then I got.
But they were babysitting there. And I would make babies, and I had a paper route, and I was making $52 a week. And my baby.
Next comic, guys, coming up. This man right here, I brought up Turbo Tuesdays on Brian Pfeiffer's introduction. This is the Turbo Tuesdays right here. This guy owned the bar, literally. And then he walked away. He's like a Chappelle. He walked away. He was like, you know, I'm done. He walked away from that $20 contract, and he was like, no, I don't want to run this show anymore. I'm walking away. Well, he's back now, guys. Give it for Mikey McKernan, ladies and gentlemen.
Ryan Talmo! This is the best. Thank you so much, Ryan Talmo. There's a lot of mic stands here. I got a lot of hippie friends who always get disappointed to find out I don't have any crystals in my pocket. Sorry. I'd be more into crystals if I could hang out in their pockets. Just saying, I got a lot of energy to give. which is being stoned. Boo, I have to do this catchphrase still. Still doing it. Still doing it.
Why do you do that?
Why do I do a catchphrase?
What does that mean?
Why do I do a catchphrase? It's because I can't write any stories. I wish I could tell stories, but I'm afraid of heights. All right, just got off stage. Oh boy, the mic broke halfway through my set. Had to do a cappella. I hated it. Did I break this mic? It's a bad mic. Your mustache looks amazing. Great, I'm bringing this mic. Hello. It's called turning the mic off.
Ryan!
I broke the mic!
The mic!
Let's keep talking.
I'm still talking. Thank you guys, so glad that, this is what I deserve. I deserve to have a comedy night at this bar for once. Am I doing acapella? Let's go acapella, it's fine. I don't want to waste time.
Let's do theater. Let's do theater right now.
Hey, can everybody hear me?
Yeah!
This is awkward.
You got it.
This is one of the reasons why I stopped doing comedy at this bar. I recorded this set. I'm doing this shit for YouTube now, and this is going to be a lot of fun. So, how are you, young lady? Are you good? Are you good? Back to me?
McKernan
Yes or
is
no?
not funny.
Thank you. I have a sticker that says that.
Yes!
This bar.
Yes!
Every time I say that, I try to get this.
Yes! Wow! Perfect timing, man.
You guys just want noise in the bar. That's why you're doing that. All right.
But it was
fine,
perfect timing.
Jesus Christ. So, thank you, Eugene. Look at this guy. This is the most awkward set I'm gonna.
Just wait for the mic.
I'm not waiting for the mic. I can't. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna keep talking, and then the mic's gonna work, and then you guys are gonna cheer one.
Oh man.
Hey, will you clap for this? This. Big clap for Eugene. What'd you say? There it is. Thank you. Thank you. Clap for Eugene. Clap for Eugene. Thank you, Eugene. I appreciate you, brother. Don't forget your keys right there. I always know about my keys. Boo. All right, good. Everybody's paying attention. Tomo, I do not deserve more minutes for that, by the way. Don't even. No, that's not. That's a punishment. I think I was funnier without the microphone. I hated it. I hated it so much. Usually he's like, just run with it, just run with it. I've been doing it for so long that you've had to do a cappella sets and stuff like that, but I didn't want to. I hate going through it. I wanted the microphone to work. I'm slacking because I've been editing all day, traveling a little bit too as well, that I have not been working on newer jokes, and newer jokes need to be ready to go no matter what. Every time you're on a mic. When you go on the road and you're doing shows, a lot of people who don't know you, it's a lot of fun that you get to do your stuff that works. So you're not worried about your new material. Then you come back to home, come back to your per usuals. You got to work on those old jokes again. You kind of forget their rhythm, some of their beats, actually word for word. Overall, I enjoyed the set. I had fun. It was charming. I missed this place. There's a lot of friends here, and it was really good to see some. My friend Ryan Pfeiffer is here tonight, and I haven't seen him in so long. 2016, he told me, is when he moved back to Florida, but he's still been doing it. There's like, especially in LA, so many people come here and they get told no, and they can't handle it. They leave. I'm not saying this was exactly Ryan's situation, but it's hard. Some people, they can't stand the city, and I don't blame them, especially with stand-up comedy. A lot of people, they want to give up. It's either they'll find a relationship, they'll find a job, they'll just find something that can fulfill their time and not be feeling like a starving artist who no one cares about, getting 0 laughs. So I get all mad love for him. What's up, buddy?
Hey, how are you?
You know me, still same OG. Get in the camera angle, man. Come on, you gotta, this is YouTube, all right? You gotta pretend like you're, this is Ryan Pfeiffer, man. This guy used to live out here in LA. He ran some really fun shows. And then the bomb shelter at Hollywood Hotel, man, that was, the bomb shelter was the greatest name for him, Mike, by the way. So.
Bombing.
How did you feel about your set here at UBG, your return, dude?
I would say that was a 8.1.
All right.
That was okay. I think there was some moments of clarity.
I laughed my ass off. You had a couple of jokes. You had a bit about like bears doing drugs.
Bears are on Prozac. They're on Prozac. There's so many pharmaceuticals getting flushed into the fucking water table. The bears are high. The fucking cheetahs are on lithium. No one's attacking anyone anymore.
When was the last time you were at this bar?
Oh, God, like 5 or 6 years ago. It's nice. It's on the LA River, which is beautiful.
How do you like trying to talk to your selfie and stuff? Is this awkward?
This is fucking strange as shit.
I know, dude. I
find
know.
myself staring at me thinking, that's what I
That's
look
okay,
like?
though.
That's so fucked up.
Well, I try to use the red light so, you know, people see how pale you are in Florida. I almost said Arizona.
Okay. No, Florida. I'm in Florida.
How's Florida?
He mentioned I lived in Florida. I live in Florida. I just want to tell you that I am fully vaccinated. Okay. I'm not pandering. I just don't want you to be grossed out by me. Relax. I'm fully vaccinated plus a fucking booster.
Florida is probably like how you would imagine it.
You can get up though. Can you get up every day where you're at?
Oh yeah, I just put shows on.
You do it yourself.
I do my own shows. If you do your own shows, it cuts down on the amount of lunatics you work with. And if you're a lunatic comedian, you know who you are. You know what I mean?
Right here, right here. You got anything you want to plug to let people know where they can find you?
Go to facebook.com/ratedrcomedy. And if you live in the northern Florida area, Matt Gates' district in Florida, I do shows in that area. So look for me there.
Thanks for chatting, brother.
Dude, thank you.
Guys, next comic coming up. He's a reverend. A minister. You're everything.
Hey!
Valley Jesus, Ryan Talmo.
How's it going?
Good, how are you, man?
Good, bud.
This is my new thing now.
This is your,
yeah, this right here. There's nothing out there. I know I saw you look. Dude, thanks for putting me on your show.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. Sorry for the mic. It's UBG. I mean, what do you expect?
Yeah, it's gonna
We're
happen,
always
man.
on a budget here.
I'm talking about being here, reminiscent about Turbo Tuesdays.
Yes.
Give us a word.
That was the mecca of Valley comedy at the time, where comics would come here just to hang out. Nostalgic in a way, because I feel like half the scene isn't here anymore. So they used to be here, and now they're gone.
Now you're the Valley comedy
Now I'm
scene.
the Valley comedy scene.
This is Valley Jesus, you guys.
That's me with the blockbuster hat.
He's got a Jesus shirt on too right now.
Look at that. Look at that. Nostalgia
This
and
guy's
Christianity.
living the part.
I'm not Christian though. So the goal is to build this room just how Turbo Tuesdays was it's just to bring everyone together. And I did work with you guys for a brief. I booked some comics for you guys. Too many egos at one point.
Oh, that's
I think.
always.
Yeah.
Babysitting lead singers.
Oh god, it's terrible. It was a fucking blast. And
Did you say the F word?
yeah, is that okay? Okay.
I'm just Where can they find you? Plug in.
You can find me on Facebook, Ryan Talmo, or you can find me on Instagram at Ryan Talmo, or at Venmo. Use Venmo because I need some money. If you like my shit, that's Ryan-Talmo.
Pay this man. Thank you, dude. I appreciate you so much, man. Thanks for talking to me. Thank you folks so much for watching, for clicking, for liking, for commenting, for sharing, but most of all, for subscribing. Please follow me on Instagram, link down below. I got merchandise, link down below. Website, show dates, link down below. Also, if you want to donate to the cause, PayPal, link down below. Thank you. One love.